Well, in workplaces around the country, it's all the talk on Monday morning. Who pulled one out of the bag? Who failed to deliver? We are talking rugby, yes, but not the try-scoring prowess of Joe Rokocoko or the cunning tactics of Richie McCaw. No, no. More the ability of thousands of armchair critics to pick the winners of the Super 14 and take the Telecom Super 14 trophy. And we have that here now for the very first time with silversmith Halfdan Hansen, who is with me. Have a look at these trophies. These are just beautiful. What we have now, do you want to talk us through what we have here, Halfdan? What's the big one?
Fantastic. The big one is the Super 14 Rebel Sport Super 14 trophy.
So that's the one the actual players get,
exactly,
right? Yeah. And what's the other one?
And the scale model is the TelecomVirtualRugby trophy.
That's pretty impressive, isn't it?
It is, it is.
How many people do you reckon are playing for that one?
Well, I know, I checked this morning, 143,000
Really?
people. Yeah.
And they're just making picks each week, like picking the horses?
Exactly, they pick each week, they get in there on Monday morning and they compare notes, and they can see on the website, telecomvirtualrugby.co.nz, they can actually see how their mates went. So it's like a community of 143,000 people, but you're playing within your own family, if you like.
What are these made of?
Okay, the Rebel Sport Super 14 trophy is sterling silver, 3 kilos of sterling silver, and the Telecom Virtual Rugby trophy is made of sculptor's bronze and richly silver plated.
Over the top of it.
Yeah.
They are just amazing. Where did the inspiration come from for the way they... Did someone tell you how they should look?
Well, New Zealand Rugby said for the Super 14 it was Sansa, it was an international competition, so they wanted a new look. They wanted something that was modern and fresh and not the old trophy cup style.
Because it's vaguely soccer, isn't it? Because... you could say they were soccer balls on the top. Oh, if I made a big faux pas. They're globes. I know that is the world.
It's a world thing.
Yeah. Now, how did you come to make them?
Well, our family business, Jens Hansen Gold and Silversmith, has for many years been experts in making rings. This is a roundabout way of saying it. And when New Zealand Rugby needed a trophy, they wanted something made in New Zealand, and they looked and looked and they couldn't find anyone who made trophies anymore. And they said, well, how about Jens Hansen, because they've done some work on the Lord of the Rings. So I guess I'll just...
What did you do on Lord of the Rings?
Well, I'll just put on a little...
Now, why are you putting on the glove is first I need to know?
Well, it's silverware. The family silver, I guess you'd call it, so...
So you've got to be really, really careful.
Well, yeah.
That's very impressive.
Would you like to try some?
Oh, do I have to put some gloves on as well? All right, OK. So tell us about the connection with the Lord of the Rings while I do this.
OK.
Would you look at that? That's really good of you to give that to Paul and I. We'll share the proceeds from that. That is amazing. I can't get my gloves on. Tell us about that.
OK, so this is one of the replicas of the ring, the world's most famous ring, I guess, that we made for Peter Jackson in the movie. And as you'll know, with hobbits and actors, and they had to do a lot of scale things, so they needed various different size rings. So this is one of the big stunt ring, of course. Yeah. What I
can't believe is how heavy that is. That is just... What is it? Gold? Solid gold?
It's gold-plated steel.
My goodness, it is so.
They had a big budget on Lord of the Rings, but they went silly with the money.
So tell me, you know, what something like this would be worth?
Probably about $3,000 US dollars. Call it 5,000 Kiwi dollars.
Unbelievable. And how long does it take to make it?
Something like that. You know, we'd make it probably over a week or two. Yeah. All
right. Now tell me the trophies. How long does it take the trophies to be made? What's the process?
The Rebel Sport Super 14 trophy is completely handmade. So these panels are all hammered out and then joined together to make the cone. And the globe is actually, you'd think, well, how do you make a sphere of silver? It was actually 2 sheets of silver, hand beaten by my brother into half circles, and then joined together, and then completely polished smooth, right? And then we've got the South Africa.
And over how long a period of time did you do that?
That was about 3 months.
3 months' work?
Yeah. This is old school trophy making.
Fantastic. Well, they are absolutely beautiful. This ring is just amazing. You can't hold it because you haven't got your white gloves on. But I'll just hold on to this for a little while. Halfdan Hansen, thanks for being with us this morning.
Cheers.
All right. What's happened here? What's happened here?
That's a much better shot of you.
Yeah. You see, what's happened here is you can realise now, you can see now for the first time.
Now it's me.
The truth is out of the bag now. Please don't get close to me, Kay. Ever. The truth is out of the bag now because most people think that we're, you know, big, larger-than-life characters, but now we have this ring. and you can see that we're actually very small people. And we have...
we're dwarfs. The ring is normal size.
Miniature papers made for us in the morning to make us look a normal size. But now you can see that we are actually very tiny, because this obviously is much, much bigger. All right, now here's what's coming up later. I've got my eye on that trophy there.
And I'm so having this.
That guy from the Paul Henry Appreciation Society, he could commission one of those to be made for me, couldn't he? We'll work on that later. How much is that worth?
The TelecomVirtualRugby is $10,000.
No, the big one.
You'd have to ask New Zealand Rugby that.
Really?
But as you can imagine, it's significantly more.
Yeah, well, it's much bigger, isn't it?
More.
If that's 10,000, because I know a bit about jewellery, if that's 10,000, that must be 25,000.
Maybe a little bit more.
It's got an intrinsic value too.
That's silver coated, and that's more of the real thing.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah.
But you know, can I just say the real big difference, guys, is that the club winner gets to take the Super 14 trophy home for a year. The TelecomVirtualRugby winner will get to keep that trophy forever.
Yeah.
We better start playing that game.
Yeah, no. Will we?
Or not.
The funniest thing was you saying it looks more like soccer. Could you have said anything worse? Could you have said anything worse? All right, coming up next, One World is an ambitious project to spread tolerance and understanding by working with school children around the world. We'll talk to those involved right after the break.